What if I told you that the best way to get what you want is to ask for something you don't want first? It sounds crazy, right? But it's a powerful psychological hack. Let's say you want a $5,000 raise. You shouldn't ask for $5,000. You should ask for $10,000. When your boss inevitably says no, you have them exactly where you want them. This is called the door-in-the-face technique, a compliance strategy discovered by the legendary psychologist Robert Cialdini. It works by using the subtle guilt of rejection to make people say yes to your second, smaller request. Today, we are going to learn how to ethically use this to master any negotiation. Let me take you back to the 1970s. A group of researchers conducted a fascinating experiment. First, they approached people and asked them to volunteer as counselors for 2 hours a week for the next 2 years. As you can imagine, every single person said no. But then, the researchers immediately followed up with a second question. Okay, well, can you just chaperone these kids to the zoo for one afternoon? An incredible 50% of the people said yes. Here's the kicker. When they asked a different group the zoo question first, without the big initial request, only 17% agreed. So what happened? Why the huge jump? The secret lies in a principle called reciprocal concession. When you lower your demand from a massive 2 years of your life to a simple one afternoon, the other person's brain perceives this as a favor. You compromised, so now they feel a social obligation to compromise too. They say yes to your second, real request, partly to relieve the guilt they feel for saying no to the first one. So, how can you use this in real life? Let's talk salary negotiation. You walk into your boss's office and say, "I've been working hard and delivering great results. I believe my contributions warrant a 20% raise." Your boss will likely respond, "We can't do that. That's just too high for the budget." Now's your moment. You reply, "I understand budgets are tight. How about we meet in the middle? A 10% raise and an extra week of vacation." Your boss is much more likely to agree. You actually only wanted the 10% raise, but if you had started there, they probably would have negotiated you down to 5%. This isn't just for business. It works in your social life too. Imagine you want to ask someone out. Instead of a low-stakes coffee date, you start big. You say, "Hey, come with me to my friend's wedding next month. It's a whole weekend trip." They'll probably say, "Whoa, that sounds like a lot of commitment right now." You then immediately follow up with, "Fair enough. How about we just grab coffee this Thursday then?" They'll likely say yes. Why? You look reasonable, they feel safe, and you get the date. The key to this technique is timing. It only works if the second request comes immediately after the rejection. If you wait